Okay. Just move my chair a little bit closer. Why is my mic just... I don't know why. The audio bar just wasn't moving, so I was curious. Okay. Now, let's get started. Like last time, I want to start with the head and figure out position-wise. I want to get this is scepter. Part of me wants to cut out the screenshot. Here to here. Boom. Good. Yeah. It's easier to see. Now, just for a moment, don't worry about cutting something else. We are starting at the third ring, fourth ring, but which would be here. Roughly. Just so that I have a visual representation of where the start of this box should be. Okay. Now, I'm gonna flip this back. Oh, sorry. Flipped it to the wrong angle. How do I want to start this? We're almost an inch down from the top of the screen. And then the face itself is about 1.5. I believe it's the 2 or 1, 2, 3. Take it higher res of the scale so that it's not all pixelated. Zoom it up. Because I believe this is your 2 mark, which would mean this chin is right I would say 1.9. think I would be comfortable with that. But combine that with your overall are 6. One, 7, 6. Yeah, we should. Okay. Which means I should put a line here at the starting of our box. Here, where the hair between the 2 ears are. Between that, this is 1.9, which is already over here. That mark. Okay. Now for width-wise, you are going to be slightly annoying because the box. Oh, 1. Here's an ear, which would mean the head shape would be here, with the ears being attached to there. There's not as much back of the hair, which is interesting. You know? Okay. Okay. The nose is the center of the face. Okay. Do that. The nose, center of the face. Face. Center of the face. Okay. Okay, I can make with that. I can work with this. So what we have to do is figure out. So it looks like the chin starts to bend up right around the lips, which is about just shy of the 1. So about 2 to 3. I think this is your 3 thou, which would mean this is about 2 thou. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. It's with which kind of makes sense. There isn't that much difference between where the mouth is and the chin, and these are pretty close. So, and the center that we decided, just about here, nose. Just about there. Yep. Okay. It looks like you have the. Oh, what's the word? I use tulip looking side. So. This is more of a curve. So kind of slightly straight, but then kind of curves. Like that. Roughly. Most of the sides of the face can be blocked by hair. That's at least a little easier to work with. Now, yes, I would say You're about a scale between the chin, or not the chin. You're a little short of the half of the scale. If that is the case, what you do is just fix the chin, and then there to there is just slightly here, which also fits pretty well with the so this straight line instead of the angle that it acts as the angle. And I will erase you later. Yeah. Okay. But I feel like the chin comes further down. I think that will be fine. The mouth is not very easy to work with because it's placement wise. Trying to figure out where you are against the face. The edge of the mouth is at this one, and the other side of the mouth is at the one on the other side of the 4. 1, 4, 1. So 3 to 5. When does the here? Not in the center of the mouth. That's the closest I'm gonna get, because it is between here and then line on that part of the neck to okay. Actually lines up pretty well there. Oh. So the mouth is over, down, and let's say yes. These lines. That's where the nose needs to be. Which like you can kind of see where the top of the nose is. Not super, but you can see the round. Let me see. Oh, I had a better one. Yeah, you can see kind of where the nose is right here. Okay. Now comes the hard part. I have to figure out how to place the eyes. Right now, I'm confident with how the bottom part of the face looks. But the eyes and the top are gonna be crucial. No, I think that's the windows. For something that I can use as a marker. You. I mean, you could kind of use the bottom lip as the center line between the two. Because it would be here. And then if we just slowly, that could work, the size up a little bit more than that eye, which could work. Here. Way too close to the nose. I think you're right about the center line being there. Yeah, I do too. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, 1, 2. Like, it's not perfect. It's actually closer to the center of here. Here. But I think that I can make that work. Okay. How far apart are the... Not a scale difference. We can do basically... Okay. Okay. It's a good place to start. If this eye is slightly up from the other one, okay, take the bottom here, which would mean if we want the bottom of this eye to be here, to angle down like this. That's strange. I don't think that's enough. Yeah. So that the bottom of the eye should be here. The bottom of this eye should be here. That way they are off centered by the right amount, hopefully. Which would mean it kind of looks like it goes flat, up, up, flat. And not that much. roughly speaking, I think that works. Because no. Nope. That's not what I wanted. This is where it cuts the curve out. Goes straight to the point over here. That part goes like that. Yes. And then the eyelash here. SketchUp is not the best, but I have to work with. I'm hoping. Okay, now it's time for the other eye. Then kind of curves down. Oh, I'm blocking it for you guys. Sorry. Let me move the webcam a little bit down. So you can see what I'm seeing. Let me see the eye has this curve part. Where it curves and then curves back up. And then oval. Which means. Oh, she also has eyelashes on the bottom of her eye, which is not common. Usually you see it at the top, but you don't generally see it as much on the bottom of the eye. And her pupil is kind of just a darker red than the other of her eye, which is going to make this slightly different. Instead of it being black, it's darker red, and the rest is like a lighter red. I can make that work. Curve. Like that. It's the most simple, and yet I don't love this. Okay. I think that's gonna be fine if it goes with where the curve would be, which I think if he continued this would curve up right here, and the rest of the head would kind of meet over here, which fits with this. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to do the top part of the head. So it looks like here, you're gonna help me center everything else. Okay. Okay. Which would mean this. For the eye, but gets blocked here. So here. That looks pretty good. If you are about this far from here, you're looking at here. And come up to here, which fits pretty close to this, which is where we said was between the two ears. The other ear, so one ear kind of comes up here. The second. Here. There. And then the rest of the hair sort of comes there. So here to there. Okay. Now it's time to work on the neck. Because that's going to help me center where the finished part of this should be. And where this comes down. have a sort of triangle, so short neck, but triangle. Okay. Okay. Here. How long is the triangle? Let's see. So this would be our triangle, which is about halfway from the collar bone, or from the collar on the neck. So about there. So if this there, this is the bottom collar. Which would be the triangle part. Where the line or the neck, shoulder. And this is where it starts to descend to your normal type shoulder. Which is how far? Yes. Oh, we're on the 5 part. Sorry. Here. This is where we are. Here. Right? Yes. That should be where the start of the shoulder is. Same thing with that. Which makes sense. Okay. Now curve shoulder. Now comes the harder part. Which is the thickness of the arms, because that's gonna help me frame. I'd say here is where the thickness for that arm looks to be. And here, that arm looks to be. Am I right? Or does this look way too long? Like this. Like you don't have that long of a shoulder. You know? Here. Which actually seems more reasonable. I don't know why. But it does in my head. Okay. Kind of more like this. A T shape. Or not T, tier. I don't know why I was saying T. Which would mean the other one also fits this. So if this is where the shoulder is, then if I made these right, I feel like one's larger than the other, which is not always common in drawings. Which would mean I should. I guess I got rid of this part though. Right? I got rid of this. That's really weird. So, like I've shortened the shoulder too much. That's how that looks. Because this shoulder has a pretty good amount of space. This shoulder does not. But I do think that that's more just because the side line further up it needs to be. Though I do believe it needs to curve like that. Because yes. So you stop talking. Continue the arm about here. And you continue the arm up to here. Yes. Which would put the scrunchy, I don't know what you call this type of shoulder. Because I've never seen anyone ever wear this type of outfit. Yeah. And then it kind of balloons. crunches over here. And then there. Then the arm kind of continues to come out. The body is like that. Yes. Okay. Now, which would mean that the straps that come around the neck this the sickness mean here and curve across this part and this part is the lace. I don't know how to draw yet. Lace. Yet. Figure that one out at some point. Like that. Kinda. I would say that's kinda right. And then this is more of a like this. Because it kinda yes, which means this part. This part of the triangle, which matches. Yeah. But then it forms this X. The X is more of the center of everything than that's the keys. Start here. Assumed is to bring the eyes towards the center of the stuff. Which means that the first is here. Kind of comes down to here then. Because it's kind of really any of that here. Goes down to here. The rest of the hair kind of comes down to here. little later. That's just how good. Now I gotta get a lot of ruffles, which is going to make, and a few bows. Easier than the last one of bows, but a few bows. So I would say the ruffle starts on the strap. So, teacups up like that, and then kind of comes out like this, and then balloons out, gets more like that because it's towards the bottom part. Like that, which roughly matches up with this. Like I would say, does anyone know these outfit parts? I never know, like if it's attached to the top, or if there's, or if you have to. I assume that they are. Otherwise, they would slide down constantly, and you have to rub them back up, or roll them back up, not rub them, which would drive me crazy. Now it's time to do this gap here. And then here. I really like your design. I know I don't want this to sound rude, but it's slightly simple compared to the other one, but I really like the simple look. Like, I know it's very common to get very complicated designs, but I do like the slightly simple. Definitely makes it slightly easier to draw, but maybe it's there. Now from here, let's say there is this sort of triangle. More ruffles. Girl likes a ruffle, I guess. Or what do I call them ruffles? I don't know what the term might be. But yeah. Because there's a little bit there. Without, in, out. Then up. Maybe like that. down here. That is where I would say the elbow is right about here. So it kind of bends the arm. Yeah, okay. One, two, three, four, five, six. Six. Now, technically, this is laces. 10. So it would be like this. Six. Okay. Which would then line us up with the dress here, which I'm gonna also have to extend some of the fluff tool. But I don't know. Again, I don't know what this is called. Around here, so that it kind of starts to block that ledge. Keeps it with this kind of curvy part. Now it's time to do. Let's see, so this would be where your hip is, which would come up to here. So, try your hip. Sorry. Gonna come up to here. Like that. Kind of curve down, starts to curve. center, right where the button thing is where the gap is. Yes. So take that. Here. Your leg should be here. Boom. Looks amazing. If I do say so myself. I mean, yes, it kind of comes. This complicated part right here. Now, finishing the arm, which gets kind of the hands. I could do that. I just have the hands behind, but I'm not trying to hide the hands. I will say, part of me wants to do the back, that skirt that's short in the front, long in the back. I really need to get rid of that. Figure out how to get rid of those stupid butts. I don't know how, but I will figure it out. Let me look at it's right around the third ruffle. Which really should go this. It looks. Yeah. 3D-ish. Which would be here like this. Turn the corner. Some. I am not good with hands right now, which is an uncommon, but I will get better with them at some point. I'm gonna hide your hands. And then I said I wasn't gonna. I think it's. I don't have enough. I don't have a fine pencil enough to do the hands. Just look like a blob. And I don't want that. Now to finish the hair, which goes from here down. gets thicker down here. I think that looks roughly good, given the fact that I had to screenshot this picture. I will say, Hmm. If we're awkward though, I think I'm gonna have to move. I have to move the line. Because if this gap is to be believed, it actually should be more like this. Which means to come down here. Like that. It actually works a little bit better, TOS wise. Yeah, I think that works. Okay. How do I do the mouth? A little bit more, because this is all pixelated, so. Unfortunately, the best I can do with this picture. And the otherwise, just. Oh, I think that's actually pretty good. Any other detail that I am missing? Let's see. Now, though I will say I should make the arms a little bit darker. So that they don't, get mistaken for it. I guess if you just follow the. Of course, they won't get mistaken for. I'm gonna do this type of fabric. Like, I know texturally what it would look like. But. It's very. Yeah. Fluffy. Flowy is the word I'm looking for, not fluffy. Flowy. I think I'm good. Take a picture of this. What was the guidelines draw? Any other guidelines that are still present? I'll say, I think the ears. I mean, they're kind of big ears here. But I don't think this needs to be as big. I think it's more like this, Yeah. Oh. Which kind of. Because this is really like the begins here. There we go. I think that's the only difference.